And let's start out with my number 5. Again, not in any particular order, if you want to think that, but we're going to start out with Commanders quarterback Sam Howell. This is the one I struggle with, and I'm going to give you my honorable mention here at the end. But in 2 games, we've seen a good amount of the former Tar Heel displaying arm strength, accuracy with over 250 passing yards. But it's not just his arm that has impressed people as they watch him go through the motions. Howell ran in 2 touchdowns in his pro debut. He has an unbelievable spin move that he debuted at North Carolina that everybody got used to. But this 17-yard score, he freezes a defender with a pump fake and takes off with his own 2 feet. It's excellent play by this quarterback, dual threat, and he is making a name for himself for the Commanders as he moves forward. I'm not the only one who likes what they see here. Here's what his head coach, Ron Rivera, had to say about Howell so far.
This is a guy that very smart, got a very good arm, very athletic, runs well with the ball. He's a guy that, the more he learns, the better he's going to become, and I think he's a guy that has a bright future.
Yeah, he's a bright future. Plus, Kyle, you had him on your Angry Runs list when he was on his watch list. Absolutely. Yes, for college players coming out for a quarterback. I love it. All right, at number 4, the former Liberty legend, a transfer from Auburn, goes to Liberty, Malik Willis. We've talked a lot about Willis the past couple weeks. There was huge hype. I mean, we were all over it. There was Ryan Tannehill talk. Is he going to take the job? Let's just tamp it down for a second. He's still working, developing. But this touchdown, for example, seems like a simple 6-yard score, but it's his patience looking for the receiver, finds him coming across the middle, and then there's this gem on the sidearm. We're going to see one more time on the patience. This gem on the sidearm. This would make Patrick Mahomes blush. Comes out to the side. You think it's just a little dink. He's going to come over top. No, he whips that thing from his hip pocket and makes Patrick Mahomes say, dang, look at Malik Willis go. Can't talk about it, though, without talking about his mobility. 2nd and 15. He sells the fake.
Cameraman faked out. It's the cameraman.
Where's the cameraman? Fakes me out. Can't even do the highlight because you don't know who's got the ball. That is beautiful. Is that an RPO?
It's an RPO. Yeah.
It's a beautiful RPO. I just want to make sure. For Malik Willis, he is, again, all these guys making a name for themselves. He is not going to take over the starting job, but it's somebody that the Titans and the Commanders, for example, with Sam Howell, proud to have him on their team as he's moving up the charts. Moving on to number 3, we head to Miami and showcase Mr. Skylar Thompson. I'm going to be honest. Didn't know much about him. The 7th round pick out of Kansas State. He put on a show in preseason, racking up 347 passing yards, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. I'm sorry, what? 347? His arm strength is off the charts. Accuracy, poise. Dolphins fans are thrilled to see him on the roster. Again, they have Tua Tagovailoa, but that is a dime right there.
That's good.
Mike McDaniel even has some things to say about his rookie quarterback.
Oof.
It's pretty.
He just gets better every day. He's got the makeup of what it takes to be an NFL quarterback. So I think all of his teammates can feel that too. He is a rookie, but to his credit, we rely on him as a veteran.
Okay.
He is a rookie, but he has once proclaimed that his favorite movie was Finding Nemo, which makes it very odd that he is now playing for the Miami Dolphins.
There you go.
All right, at number 2, we are going with Falcons quarterback, and this one really fires me up because Desmond Ritter has been, again, making a strong case for, in my opinion, the one guy that, well, that's not true because I have one more left, but the one guy that could make a case for a starting job earlier than any other. Any questions that you had about Ritter, which I'm sure there were very few, would be silenced with this incredible throw where he puts the ball on a perfect spot, an NFL caliber find in the middle of the field. A lot to come for the 3rd round pick out of the Falcons. Desmond Ritter never lost a home game in college football. His IQ is off the charts. He had matured at a young age. He is married now in the offseason. He's got a daughter at home with his wife. His story at Cincinnati was incredible. Interesting little tidbit about him was that he was recruited at Cincinnati by Zach Taylor when Zach Taylor was there before he went to the Bengals. So obviously someone who knows a thing or two about NFL quarterbacks recruited him to go. All right, I know. They're telling me to move on. Desmond Ritter. I know. Let's go.
Great.
Stop talking about I know. One more?
I want the Arthur Smith.
There's
my man.
The Arthur Smith quote was, "We are not going to wait on him as a rookie."
Let's
Talk
go.
about expectation. Okay, and finally, my number 1. Is there anybody else except Kenny Pickett?
Let's go.
Kenny Pickett has been praised throughout this preseason. He is the guy that can be making a name for himself for a starting spot for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is connecting off the charts with the other rookie wide receiver in George Pickens so far. Pickett to Pickens, it makes sense. But Kenny Pickett is the guy that I want to break down and show this what he did this week and what this man can do. A little over a minute left in the half for this throw from 37-yard line. Pickett demonstrates his skills one play at a time. He's finding Deontay Johnson on the slat. He's throwing the ball in the perfect spot for Johnson. He never breaks stride for Johnson, turns the ball upfield for a 17-yard reception. After a timeout, Pickett finds Pat Freiermuth. Again, Pitt to Penn State. The connection, I know it hurts sometimes, but you have to make it work. The tight end in the middle of the field. He was worried about forcing the ball downfield, but he finds himself a new set of downs by connecting with Freiermuth. This is where Pickett starts to show off against the Jaguars defenders. Blitz coming straight for him. Pickett remains calm, spots Freiermuth down the field, gets the ball open. He's been really, really impressive. He has handled himself well. Again, he has walked the halls in Pittsburgh. He played as a Pitt Panther. This is where the team practiced. This is where the team played. He looks the part. That's something that I've really picked up on my first month of the show. The guy looked the part.
Yep.
For a while, we thought it was Malik Willis, but so far, this young man in Pittsburgh has been the guy. And those are my top 5. Those are not my top 5. Those are my
your five.
Rookie riser quarterbacks. I don't want to get blasted for my top 5 here. And those are my 5. What do you think?
I love it. I love it. And that last Pickett drive, that pass to Freiermuth, where he throws it in anticipation because he throws it before he even gets behind the linebacker. And we saw it finish with a touchdown to Benny Snell.
Yes.
But before that, he throws a touchdown to Deontay Johnson. That is a dime that gets called back for a penalty. So he has been so impressive throughout the preseason. I love the list. Love it.
I struggled to find a spot for Bailey Zappi. That was my one. That was my one but I really was considering more where they were in the organization, who they had as really the number 2 backup.
Sure.
And that's where with Sam Howell being with the Commanders, I feel like he could fight for that spot maybe a little bit more than Bailey Zappi can with Brian Hoyer being in New England.
I'm a big Ritter guy. I like
Me too.
Desmond Ritter. He came on the show during the Combine and said he was relaxing, driving around with his mom, listening to 90s jams. We're like, oh, what are you listening to? And he says, Avril Lavigne. We go, why Avril? He's like, the Combine is complicated. Like that right off the cuff. And then Avril retweeted it. There was a whole thing.
Yes.
Like, he's a cool customer.
Yes.
That's my kind of guy. It is complicated.
I like the Skylar Thompson story, and I think what he's done in second half of games has really turned heads. 7th-round pick out of Kansas State. And another rookie, Eric Ezukama, has been the wide receiver out of Texas Tech. It's like you have Pickett and Pickens. These guys, they're rookies. They grow up together.
Yep.
It's cool to have this connection. Tua's the guy, obviously, but Skylar Thompson's turned a lot of heads.
And I think of all the guys, my favorite nickname is Kenny Two Gloves Pickett. That's for sure. Where's Two Gloves? He's like, one time I just put 2 gloves on, and I've liked it ever since.